Hi, it's Daniela Cambone back here in Las Vegas, continuing our coverage from the Stansberry conference, and thrilled to be reunited with Keith Neumeyer, CEO of First Majestic Silver. I say that because it's been so long since we've seen each other in person. So
all these interviews over the last 2 years have all been electronic.
Right.
This is the first time we've been face-to-face for quite some time.
So fantastic. Thank you for coming out to Las Vegas.
It's our pleasure.
We're going to talk silver. As you know, you are a champion in this industry. But I wanted to start, I was eager to get your thoughts because I saw this tweet of yours. And I said, wow, I know you never shy away from controversy and being outspoken and just telling it like it is. But I thought this was a bold tweet. You said, it's time for the CFTC to support the investors they were set up to protect. Remove the banks from pricing silver and gold. Hashtag break the Comex. Hashtag triple digit silver. Remove the banks. Keith, is that something that could happen?
I think the miners collectively have to work together to accomplish that. We see it in the uranium sector, the diamond sector, oil sector, where the producers actually deal with the consumers, the end consumer. And I love to see that in the silver space. I look at silver as a strategic metal, which I've spoken about many, many times. And the silver producers just simply don't get what this metal's, worth, in my view. We should be triple digit silver to really give the value to this metal and allow us to build these mines, because the mining sector is such a start and stop industry. Because one day silver prices are $30, the next day they're $20. How does an executive team actually plan around that? If you had a marketplace that was actually properly pricing itself based on supply-demand fundamentals, where the producers actually control the price in negotiation with the end users who actually need the metal to do all the things that we do as the human race, electrifying the planet and so on, then I think we would have a much more stable industry where we could actually make 10, 20-year plans. Because at current production levels of 800 million ounces of silver a year, and with the green revolution occurring, where's this metal going to come from?
Right, and we're going to talk about the green revolution. In terms of miners, gathering together, rising up together, do you think, you're not afraid to step out and say what you have to say, but do you think there's a fear of upsetting the apple cart from other miners, or do you get pushback?
Not to my face, but I can tell. But the industry doesn't.
Right.
I guess I'm a bit of a black sheep. I'm not part of the geological or engineering societies that most of the mining executives come from. I came from the banking sector, so I look at taking the metal out of the ground in a sustainable, profitable way, and that's all I care about. But if you're a geologist or an engineer, and nothing against geologists or engineers, right. I have many friends, and of course many employees, but they just think of it differently than I do.
Do you think that the movement can also come from the people? I mean, we've seen the silver squeeze momentum, we've seen the popularity of Wall Street Silver and other Reddit pages and whatnot. But if people are fed up, how many court cases have there been, or fines against the banks? I mean, how many more have to happen until a change occurs?
Right. What really frustrated me, and what really kind of, I guess, got me to write that tweet, was the chairman of the CFTC was on CNBC. So here we are, we have Reddit, the crowd, coming in to buy silver. The silver price goes from $20 to $30 over a matter of a couple of days. This clown gets interviewed on CNBC, and he says quite clearly to the interviewee, we were able to successfully tamper down the market, because if the silver price actually got any higher, it would have created so much damage. So why does a regulator actually care about price? What's going on there?
Right.
There's something behind the scenes.
Why do they want to keep silver down?
There's a lot of money on the short side. And whether it's supplying industry with cheap metal or whatever the case may be, they don't want the metal price to go higher. It's obvious.
How frustrating is that on a daily basis as a CEO of a major silver miner?
That's what my comments to the Silver Institute is on a constant basis, and the other executives that are running silver companies around the world, is we need to act collectively as one and pull this metal off the market. We need to stop selling our metal to the banks. We need to work directly with the end consumer, the Sonys, the Samsungs, Teslas, Volkswagens, you name it, and let's go directly to them.
Want to talk about silver shortage because we spoke at the start of the year when it was happening. It seems it's happening again. A lot of mints, stopping the production of certain coins. You have your own bullion store with First Majestic. Are you starting to see that build up again? Because we're seeing premiums rising again.
It's the sector is under a lot of stress. The retail buyer, which you're really referring to, is really left at the end of the whole lineup. The JP Morgans and the HSBCs who, really run the paper pricing of silver, their primary customer is the electronic manufacturers. You have the solar industry that consumes just shy of 100 million ounces of silver a year. You've got the electric car industry that consumes about 75 to 80 million ounces a year. So those two industries alone are around 200 million ounces, just rounded off, in a market where we're only producing 800 million ounces of silver. These two industries didn't exist a decade ago. And these are big buyers, and those two industries are going to continually grow. And these banks or these regulators or this noise that you see from these people that come on to CNBC, like the fellow at the CFTC, they don't want the retail buyer in this market because the retail buyer is the one that can really cause them a lot of pain. They know how much Sony's going to buy next year. They know how much Tesla's going to buy next year. They could manage that business by, doing deals with the miners and getting enough supply.
You think they know?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, they've got. Of course, they know what we're going to produce approximately in 2022.
No, I'm saying in terms of how much Tesla needs or Apple needs or.
Oh, for sure. They have direct contact with these major consumers.
Okay, because I know that's tightly held under wraps, that we've tried to uncover how much really is in.
And this is my biggest beef with the Silver Institutes, because I say, I've said to them a number of times that they should hire their own staff. Go out and hire 10 people.
Right.
And get on the phone and start phoning BMW and phoning Toyota, phoning all these consumers and saying, how much actually do you need? I know they won't.
Yeah, I doubt they tell you.
They probably wouldn't, but we'd have more intelligence. Right now, all these numbers are just made up.
Finally, we're here at the show. A lot of energy surrounding silver. I've been listening to the other talks, people talking about a green revolution. We've seen the year copper had, and we keep waiting for that year of silver. Are we inching closer to it, Keith? I know you're the eternal optimist.
One thing that I'm encouraged by is that people are actually now starting to think about the actual supply-demand fundamentals of this metal. I've been now doing this for 19 years, and I've been telling people that silver is not gold. Gold is money, and silver will never be money, in my view. I know many listeners are probably freaking out when they hear me say that. But it's nothing new. I've said it many times. I look at silver as a strategic metal, something that we require as a human race to electrify the planet in the ways that we need to do that. Even this video would not be possible without silver. We need it, and its supplies are dwindling, and consumption is expanding. We need to tell that story.
Good thoughts always. And again, happy to see you in person, Keith.
It's wonderful as well.
All right. Enjoy Vegas. And hope you enjoyed this show. We'll have much more for you coming your way. So be sure to stay tuned to StansberryInvestor.com. Thanks so much, Keith.